Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. It's a lovely day here and I believe we're going to have some really nice weather during the next week or two. So that's good, it might get the plants going a little bit. But today we're having a look at these, well I'm saying there are 5 plants here, but they're all Coelogyne glandulosa and they all came from the same one plant. It was handed to me to see if I could save it, and I split it and we got 5 plants out of it. But I really don't want 5 separate plants of it, so I may put 2 or 3 of them together in one pot. But they're all doing very well and I'll just show you them now. This one's coming up with a nice new growth at the edge there. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 pseudobulbs on it. There's another one here with 2 pseudobulbs and a nice new growth coming up there. Not much showing in the root department, but we'll have a look at that when we take it out of the pot. Another 3 bulbs on this one with a nice new growth. The 4th one here is nice, it's got 3 nice pseudobulbs on it, and this has got 2 nice growths on it. One there and one there. That's exactly the same as the 5th one. There we are, that's the one, and that one has got 2 nice growths on it. Now these come from the southern parts of India, and if you read the books they say it's definitely a cool grower, but I would think that all depends on your own location as to the temperatures it gets. But coming from India, I wouldn't think that slightly warmer temperatures would do it any harm. Now these temperatures require lots of light, but it's not advisable to give them any sunlight for obvious reasons, you know. The leaves will burn, they'll discolour and everything. But a good indication to show that these are getting the correct light is always by the leaf colour. If you're showing a lot of spotting on the leaves, you know, the dark spots that sometimes these get, or a slight yellowing of the leaves, then they're getting too much light, and you should put them away somewhere where it's a bit darker. Now, like most orchids of this type, the media should be very, very open, which means that when you water them, the water should pass through very, very quickly, which will allow the roots to dry. These are mainly epiphytic plants, but some do grow lithophytic. So the medium of these should be quite open, free draining and everything, but if you're having trouble and you can't get bark large enough to give you that, then put some styrofoam chippings in, and the plant will accept them just as much as it will accept the bark. So let's take 1 or 2 out of the pots, have a look at the roots, and see how many we're going to put together in one pot. First thing we're going to look at is the positions of the new growth, and this is the larger of the 5 plants, and as you can see there's plenty of room between the edges of the pot and the new growth. So what I propose to do is leave that alone. Just let it do its own thing. There's a singular growth plant here, which has got plenty of room, you know, for the new growth to continue. So I'm going to leave that one as well. Now there's 3 here where the new growth is right by the edge of the pot. So I'm going to take these out and have a look at the roots. take the label out, take it out of this pot. This is the only one in a clear pot, and we'll see what's going on. It's a little bit loose, but we'll have a look at it. Now this isn't a very big mix, it's quite a small mix, but there's plenty of perlite in. Oh, here, let's have a good look at these roots. There doesn't seem to be many decent roots, but I'm not going to disturb it. I'm going to leave it like that, because all the roots seem pretty hard, and with it showing new growth and a new growth tip there, these roots aren't very big, they're not very broad, but they're sort of, they're not fine, they're just a medium size. So I'm going to leave this like that, put that on one side, that will go in a bigger pot. We'll have a look at this one that's got two big growths resting up at the ends of the pot. So we'll have a look at this one. I'm expecting the roots on these to be exactly the same, so we'll disturb them as little as possible. Because they're not plants that like having the roots disturbed a lot, and this has got a fantastic root system, as you can see there, absolutely beautiful, and that's not going to get disturbed. And the third one has also got its new growth pressed up against the side, so we'll have a look at this one as well. So we might put these three together in one pot. These got watered yesterday, so they like copious amounts of water in the summer. I'll tell you a bit about that later. You see, this has got some beautiful roots on it as well. I hope you can see them from there. Well, if you can't, I'll just bring the camera a little closer and show you. Well, these are the roots I'm not going to disturb. They're absolutely beautiful. There's the new growth, and look at the new roots coming out of there. Absolutely wonderful. And all three of them are exactly the same. So these are not going to get disturbed, they're going to get put back into the same medium, but I'll have to put a bit extra medium in with it, so that means that that'll be dry, so it will need extra watering, which these can stand at this time of year. Now, as regards watering and fertilizing, I've said before, an open media is very, very necessary, because in the winter months you will let these plants become virtually dry, which will induce flowering the year after, and if you water these too much, you know, you'll get root rot, and nobody likes root rot. So even in summer, when you're watering these quite a lot, you must always let them dry out, or virtually dry out, before watering again. In the winter months, you've got to rest these completely. No fertilizer and almost no water. Just give these a very light watering once every 3 or 4 weeks, and do that until the new growth appears, and then normal services can be resumed. And I treat the cymbidiums exactly the same like these in winter, and we don't have any problem with those. So I'm not presuming you're going to have any problem with these. So let's find a pot and do the necessaries. Well, I've got a 3 litre pot here which should house these plants quite nicely, but seeing as they want to dry out quickly, I'm going to put plenty of holes in the side of this pot. Well, I've got my 3 litre pot now, and I must have put well over a couple of 100 holes in it. I mean, I'd love to have one of those baskets this size, but unfortunately we can't get them in the UK. There's one person who used to get them, and he used to get them from America, and he got so big a quantity he had to get that he stopped getting them at all. So that's one thing we can't get here. Anyhow, we've got this done, so let's get it potted up. Well, we've got the plants, we've got the bark, we've got some perlite, we've got some large styrofoam there which will go into the bottom, and some smaller styrofoam there which will mix in with the bark. Well, we'll start by putting these large pieces at the bottom. These will save on bark, and they will also help to keep it well aerated. Then we'll mix this together. Put a bit of styrofoam in with it. Put all in there. And just see what we can get to in depth. Oh, there's plenty there, I can put some more in. See at that. Just try one in. Yeah, that's about right. So where do we put it? We'll put this so the new growth is to the front. We'll put this in so the new growth on this is to the front. Just so they can keep each other firmly in place. We'll sort it out when I start filling it up with compost, and that one's to the front as well. So that's good. Now we'll start putting some medium in to try and hold these in place. And I'm quite hopeful that this one will eventually make a really nice plant. And quick as well. I want to keep everything as open as I can, but I want to keep it firmly in the pot. A little bit of styrofoam there to hold it up, won't do it any harm. This one wants to come up a little, so a little bit of styrofoam there at the back. Oh, got this one the wrong way around. No, that's about right there. A little bit difficult, but you get there in the end. Lovely. Oh, I've just noticed there's another new growth coming up here, but I'll keep that well away from the edge. That's it. So I think that's it. There we've got a nice Coelogyne glandulosa, otherwise known as the Coelogyne with glands. So thank you very much for watching. Hope it hasn't been too long or too boring for you, and let's hope this takes off and makes a really, really good plant. So thanks very much, thanks to all my subscribers, and until next time, I'll see you all later.